Hello and welcome to a gameplay guide on Jarvan. Now this is a character that most people have picked up in the jungle because flavor of the month. A lot of people enjoy playing champions that are perceived to be strong, and Jarvan is one of them for sure. Now the thing about Jarvan is the thing about League of Legends players is most people just default to one build, one thing that they do every game. Now that's totally fine, I understand that, but for the most part, it can lead you to not figuring out what might actually be optimal. Now, optimal is a strong word, of course, but what I mean by this is maybe something that is just better. It's just better in more situations or better overall, right? So, for example, something can be, let's say, 80% effective in, I don't know, 50% of scenarios. Now, another thing could be, let's say, 100% effective in 20% of scenarios. Now you can do the obvious expected value measurement there. Basically what I'm getting at is in order for you to try to maximize having a build or having a playstyle that is as effective as possible in the context of, in whatever context, right? So like, let's say third item, fourth item, some items are clearly better than others, and so you would want to go for them. In order to try to get to that point where you understand what to build and why, you actually have to try things. So all that to say, I've settled on Eclipse from Winter a really long time ago, an extremely long time ago. I figured out that this was just simply the best, okay? I'm gonna call it the best, and well, obviously you can't prove that for sure, but the hope is, after seeing the theory, you would start to believe, right? And so, first thing we'll take note of is the fact that I have Phase Rush as opposed to Conquer. Now, most people go Conquer. Conquer to me is kind of like a win more rune. In any case that you probably would have won with Conquer or stacked that up, you're probably going to win regardless, given how you have to activate it. Okay, let's try to get this guy. Hit my Phase Rush. I can peace out. Get a little bit of damage. I'm just gonna kill this guy, I guess. Nice, I can space him. He just jumped on the dead Karthus body. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and take this. So, the reason why we go Phase Rush over Conquer is because it actually allows you to do something different. As opposed to just having to EQ and commit to it, you can now basically EQ, tag your W, tag a smite, tag literally anything, just the E, smite auto, or some sort of combination, and proc Phase Rush, which allows you to disengage. Now, the reason why disengaging is super important is because oftentimes if you miss your EQ, you're just going to get stranded in front of your opponents. Now, you don't want to be doing that, right? So think about the trade-off, the immediate trade-off, right? The most obvious, which is you lose AD when you hit people, and you lose like the little bit of healing that you get from Conquer, but you gain the ability to immediately get out of bad situations, or you're more likely to get out of bad situations because you have a huge burst of movement speed, especially when you go in knowing that you're going to get that. And so what this means is you have now unlocked the style of play that lets you bait abilities, right? You can... Whoa, is this guy briefing? I'm not even sure. Are they gonna dive? No way they get dove, right? I'm just gonna farm. I should be super far ahead. So, again, you've unlocked the style that allows you to take advantage of lower cooldowns with a ton of ability haste in the build. Bait out, let's say, a dash, proc Phase Rush to dodge any incoming abilities. For example, if I EQ Jax, I knock him up, maybe I hit my W afterwards, I proc Phase Rush, I space his E, right? It forces him to Q. Compared to I EQ onto Jarvan with Conqueror, and I can't run away from his E, he stuns me maybe without having to dash. You can see a very, very tangible difference. And my argument is that, for the most part, you're going to run into more situations where you can use the Phase Rush to either get out or space someone, or basically in general avoid danger, compared to how many situations Conquer will actually send you over the edge, as in like result in like a victory. So the way to demonstrate this is to show, you have to actually show that Conquer gave you enough damage to kill someone in a situation where you wouldn't have been able to kill them in time, whether it's in time to before they kill you, or maybe before like their teammates arrive. You have to demonstrate that, right? And so it's very, very difficult for a human being to calculate these sorts of things too, on the fly. You have to keep this in mind. Right, EQ, I'm gonna phase rush, I'm gonna run to the right, avoid Jax jumping on me right away. I can ulti them here. I have to flash this. Okay, I wish my Gnar had come over earlier. He didn't, that's unfortunate. Ah, damn. That's sad. I wish he did that. Gonna flash hook? Oh. Wait, just fight them, man. You're about. He was about to get mega. You could have just fought them. Hopefully that dive goes well. Okay. Lulu shouldn't have taken that. Kog'Maw's dead no matter what. Just let Kog'Maw get it with a passive, if anything. So yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to be lacking damage as Jarvan, but my argument has always been this. Basically, I don't view Jarvan to be a character that actually goes and fights people and 1v1s them. Okay? You can do it. You can absolutely do that. You can try to. But in so many different situations, against different like matchups, you're not actually winning 1v1. You genuinely are not winning 1v1. Okay? And so playing towards winning a 1v1 in a situation where your character is naturally going to be weaker. For example, if you were to 1v1 and someone picked Lee Sin and you got the exact same items, exact same level, Lee Sin should just be winning against Jarvan. Pretty much all the time, okay? So this is really important to understand. I'm gonna just force this E, and I'm gonna get the hell out. Oh, he's already taking my shit, hey? Okay. We need to fight this. Whoa, what? There's no way I die there. Yeah, he's stealing my stuff. Problem is the Pyke is a little bit better when it comes to rotating for stuff. Nice, good flash. I need to invade. I need to actually invade. Now, obviously, a case like this, Conquer would be good. But even then, you know, Phase Rush would allow you to forward kite as well. At the end of the day, she has no ulti, but she's just going to take the flash. I don't think I would actually be able to kill. I can threaten the kill a little bit earlier, but it's just too minimal, guys. It really is. People are too used to just building the exact same thing without thinking about what could be. And this is why I actually settled on Lethal Tempo a long time ago. People were like, why do you play Lethal Tempo Jarvan? It's like, it's actually kind of funny, because that was when, what's it called, Titanic Hydra and Cinderhulk were really, really good. And I was like, oh, dude, you can abuse the on-hit portion of the, what's it called, Titanic, and actually get damage out of that, while also scaling your tank stats. Because people would do Cinderhulk into Black Cleaver, and I'm like, dude, you don't need that. They're like, oh, but you get Armor Shred. It's like, okay, bro, is someone letting you hit them 6 times? If they're letting you hit them 6 times, you're probably winning, right? And so like I ran the numbers, and Lethal Tempo with the what's it called, Titanic, was actually higher. It was like 2,700 damage with the combo over X amount of seconds or whatever. I ran the numbers, right? And like that's already something that people normally don't do, right? You don't go into Practice Tool and try to standardize like with X amount of gold. Maybe certain thresholds afterwards, maybe, you know, in sets of like 1k or something with the prerequisites. Like they don't test like, yo, at what point is my thing stronger? Because sometimes in some builds, you might be weaker for like 5 minutes, and then once you actually finish your item, like for example, the difference between IE first, 3,600 gold, you're probably going to be really weak once they get their collector, right? Once they get, how much is collector? 3k. Like you're 600 gold down. In that 600 gold gap, like of course you're going to be way weaker. They have a completed item, right? But then once you complete that 600 IE, like now you dust them out of the water. But maybe not. Maybe even then Collector still wins, because Collector plus 600 gold, maybe like 2 daggers or like a longsword and a dagger. Maybe that wins, you know. People don't even run these kind of numbers, and like it's hard to do anything with numbers that is meaningful in the context of the game without necessarily having to run like a million different configurations of the same exact thing, right? Like, are you fighting someone with 100 armor, fighting blah, blah, blah. But I just want you guys to keep this in mind that I actually have played this build a ton, and I've looked at situations and I thought, what if I had Conquer here? What if I had Phase Rush here? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, Phase Rush is it just comes out as king. Like, it just lets you play in an entirely different way, right? It opens up that sort of avenue, and I hope to demonstrate that throughout this game. The early game is a little bit stale, you know, you just kind of do the jungle pathing, blah, blah, blah. Do your objectives and shit. That's it. So, you know, obviously not much to say here. I'm gonna just smite that. The other side I can block. Okay, we're good. We are good. Jax ends up trading with Gnar, then Karthus follow. Make sure you either Gromp here, aggro it, and then Q to the flag so that you can get the Q damage. You're slightly slower to land, but you get the Q damage. And that should make up the difference for an auto. And so my build, Eclipse of course. Eclipse gives you the bare minimum 80 necessary to actually like clear camps and not be entirely useless initially, right? At the start of the game and whatnot. While also giving you a shield. Right? You can activate the shield really easily. All you have to do is hit two different things. Your W also counts, which is kind of funny because that means that if you wanted to, you can hit someone with an auto attack, for example, and then W, and when you fart on them with a W, it actually hits them for the Eclipse damage. It's kind of funny. This also means that you can like W and smite as well. I believe, although I haven't really played for that. I just know that smite counts for like a couple things. Phase Rush, for example. Maybe that's changed. Actually, I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, let's just farm. Farming good. You know, you could get active, but I definitely subscribe to the idea of doing my jungle routes, and if I have to cover, if I have to gank, and it's like a 90% chance, sure, I'll go for it. I won't chance it. I'm basing my decisions on farming versus ganking off of information, and so I'm using my eyes, right? I'm looking at the lanes. Okay, there's 3 people here. Are they gonna gank? Probably, and the Pyke is coming in, so I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna be ready for this. I got a W away. Oops. Or but nice. EQ in 2. If they come forward, I'm ready. If he gets hooked, I'm ready. You guys shield for me? Ah, damn. If I landed that EQ, it would have been good. I needed the EQ ulti right away. Oh, I got fucking Pyke ulted. Unfortunate. So I don't think my Kog'Maw should have walked up after killing the Karthus. I think the moment he kills the Karthus, he needed to step back. But because he moved forward, I was somewhat forced to actually just move up with him, try to cover. Oh, care for his rocket. Oh, he walked in. That's funny. So you'll see. With Fimbulwinter, my W, and because I'm melee, my W slows them, and then it activates a huge shield. Now, if 2 or more people are around, it becomes an actually massive shield. So we have to keep this in mind when we're going in. You have to be in range to W. Okay, I'm gonna try to go here because I feel like the Jax is just gonna jump in, or we can just pressure it. Yeah. I have to space him, Come on, Nard, just do something. That feels so bad, man. I think this guy needs a little bit more confidence. Definitely needs a little bit more confidence. Okay, let's farm. Let's try to get like at least a decent buy. Now the thing is, doing these camps doesn't actually push me to a next level. When you do something like taking the camps here, for example, it has to be for a good reason. Well, everything has to be a good reason, for a good reason. I could have just recalled and immediately set up for the dragon. My team is dead though, right? So even if I were to recall here, it wouldn't do anything except just make it so that I'm alone at the dragon first. I'd rather time my back with this. You want me to help you mid? You're fine, you're fine. Yo, just go for this, go for this. He wants me to come up and help him. I don't think he's in any danger. I want to do the dragon. Drag. I'd rather do the dragon. We have the mid tower. We can see they don't have mid prio. I recalled in time with my bot lane respawning. My mid laner is rotating early by himself, but that's probably because he saw that the bot lane was a little bit weak and they have to recall themselves. So I understand this, but this is also very dangerous if they decide to collapse on him. If Pi comes over and what's it called? The Ahri actually moves over as well. It could be very dangerous. So just trying to time in with people. We can maybe go. Okay, we got the feats of strength. Actually, no, give up. Just give that up. Yeah, literally, yeah, this is good. So what the Azir is doing is he accepts that top side is gone. We're too late to respond to that, so we might as well do the next best thing, which is push the bot lane. So I could take my camps here. I'm already level 11 from doing the camps that I already got. And so they don't actually do anything for me, right? Or at least not right now. So I'd rather just be with my bot lane, pressure the side that we, that we declared to be our side. They are obviously top side. They took the Rift Herald, so Nars should know. And we're pinging assist on the bot lane tower. We already know that no one's going to be here. Even if they were to be here, we'd have advance notice. Maybe I can catch this guy here, hey? Pike. I'm trying to avoid the ward vision. I'm not going to do this alone. Take the face rush. Move forward like this. Anticipate a hook. Nice. I move to the back of my ulti because I know the Pike is still there. I have to EQ the Pike, maybe. I'm gonna Q him. Nice. I probably could have survived if I smited that fucking red buff, man. If I was just a little bit better at the game, I smite the red buff and I'm totally fine. That is my bad. Fuck, man. Okay. So, we're looking at the enemy team's team composition. Right? And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the third item, fourth item. There is basically an objectively correct answer at any given moment. It's just that human beings are really bad at finding it, okay? And the way in which you get better is to, like, try things. Now, obviously, I'm probably never going to play a game that is exactly like this at 18 minutes, 20 seconds, with 17 to 22, with the exact same characters, exact same players. Yes, of course. But the general idea is that you can extract a principle, a general principle, out of these sort of situations. So, for example, 2 AP threats, and they're very fed, right? They're relatively strong. They 2 items on the Ahri, and almost 2 items on the Karthus. And basically, in the context of a fight, I'm almost always going to get hit by them, right? What do I mean by that? What do I mean by this? Well, Karthus ulti for 1 is guaranteed hit, pretty much, so long as I'm alive. Ahri can easily just come forward and hit, and she will be there when I dive backline or touch anyone on their team. She will be there ready to throw spells. Yes, I know she has 3 damage as well. Jax as well also has some sorts of, magic damage. So given all these sorts of things, I've determined that MR is the important stat. Oh, he's gonna flash, he's gonna flash jump on my guy? Hey, why don't we just kill this guy? I'm gonna position for my Q, or my EQ. He's gonna jump to his Jax. Oh, I tried to knock that up for him. Good. Okay, we can do this later. And so I'm going to build Spirit Visage. It has an inherent synergy with my Fimbulwinter shielding, Eclipse shielding, even my W, as well as Lulu, right? But not only that, I'm prepping for the damage archetype that I'm most likely going to get hit by. It's not just how many, it's not just how heavy the damage is, it's also the context. So in the context of this game, will Jax be hitting me? If Jax is hitting me, I would argue that I'm already doing a good job because now he's not diving my backline. So what I'm saying here is it's a case of givens, okay? Given that Jax is hitting me, it must mean that he is right-clicking on me, right? Like, I know this sounds a little bit stupid, but I want you to think about the logic here. There's no way in which Jax can possibly hit me without necessarily dedicating his, attention to me, right? Okay, given that, you can clearly see how I'm totally fine if Jax is in a situation where he's hitting me, because then he's not hitting my teammates. And I don't have to necessarily itemize for him. I still get value off of Fimbulwinter Eclipse, and even the Spirit Visage does okay against him. So that's why I'm not building armor yet. Okay, I'm building the MR first. Armor can come second. Of course, Frozen Heart, very, very valuable, very effective against a character like Jax, and good against Corki because Corki is 80. And if the Corki is hitting me, I would assume it's most likely in the context of me diving him. And if I'm diving Corki, it's not a case in which he can actually sit there and hit me, without being threatened. So I'm only building towards the characters that I feel like would be able to hit me easily, and if they are hitting me, I'm in danger. I'm probably in danger, okay? Like if I'm on Karthus, yes, I might be diving him, and he's in danger as well, but I am in a lot of danger because it's guaranteed that he hits his E on me, and like basically guaranteed that he hits his Q on me as long as he's not being an idiot, right? So this is my reasoning. Of course, there's so many different things that I haven't mentioned about this reasoning, but to put it very simply, in a case of split damage archetypes, I'm prioing MR for the things mentioned above. So I'm going in first for my Kog'Maw so he can DPS. Oh, he's actually flanked in the back. I'm going to just play back. I'm going to play back. Play my Azir. Nope, my Azir is dead. Can I peel this guy? I can't peel this guy either. Step behind him and then EQ. Let's move fast. I can maybe steal this. I can definitely steal this. Okay, I want to just hit him. Try to get him out of here. And then go to steal. Nice, nice. As long as I push him off, it's totally fine. Totally fine. So it's kind of funny because I don't think Frozen Heart is bad, and I don't think Frozen Heart is like way worse than Spirit Visage. And I don't think it's a style thing either. It's literally just in the context of fights, how do you think they're going to play out? For example, if I told you that an enemy team has like a Xerath, right? An Artillery Mage, what do you think is going to happen? How do you think they're going to play the fight to begin with? They're most like, oh, I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna force this E. Good. We have TP. Look, look, look. They're gonna dive my Kog'Maw, right? I'm gonna just stay near my Kog'Maw, be in front of the Ahri, so that they can't path forward. Okay, nope. She's not coming in. Okay, now I'm diving. Now I'm diving. I'm gonna ignore my backline. I'm gonna just dive because I'm super strong. I can't be stopped. I can Q back to this. I can dodge. Good. And then EQ here. Look for knockup. Damn. Dodge. I'm good. I missed that re-EQ. Okay, let's go ahead and do the dragon. Good, good, good. Yeah, you see, when I'm getting on the Corki, he's not trying to fight back, bro. I'm only going on him if I'm like confident I can take him out or like teammates are nearby. If I EQ the Corki and he's around his team, I'm making a mistake, right? You can... Okay, this is actually interesting. I'll talk about another point. When you play a tank character in a game, people oftentimes mix up taking hits. Oh! I totally forgot that that was a thing on the field. Hahaha. Sorry. I mean, I knew that it was there, I just, like, forgot that, like, we didn't take it. Right, I have to think about, oh, Otacon is a thing, and I have to get it. Okay, so, oftentimes people will imagine tanking to be, like, going up and taking damage. What tanking really is taking pressure, right? And you're using your HP bar in order to do so. What I mean by that is, if there are two targets in front of you, right? And if there are two targets in front of your opponent and you are one of them, ideally you play in a way where you are the target. If you are not the target, it might be for a variety of reasons. For example, one sec, let me space this, okay? Just scan around. I'm waiting for his jump. Fuck. Okay. Fuck, that's unlucky. So what I mean by playing in a way where you should be the target, it's like being literally in front of your opponent while your teammate is next to you and damaging, for example, right? And so this means you could be threatening like a stun, like a Leona stun. Now they have to either devote an ability towards you or like, run away by using a dash or something because you're threatening that you're going to do something. Just standing around doesn't typically do anything. You have to threaten something, of course, and just by standing around, I guess you could say it technically threatens something as long as you're in range. But my point is, you don't want to just take damage for free. Like if I walk up right now and take damage for free, I could say like, oh, but I'm starting the fight, I'm tanking. But look at our Kog'Maw. He's in no condition to follow up, right? So because of that, like, why would I ever go up and tank? Maybe if we're pinging in, okay, sure. Oh, why did I take that? Oops. I just took damage for free. I tanked something. and our team couldn't have capitalized off that. That's not me doing anything. That's me making a mistake. So what's funny is in a lot of video games, people will interpret going up, getting hit, and taking a lot of damage as them actually doing something. It is not. It is absolutely fucking not. Okay? You have to actually achieve something. You have to get a tangible benefit for the amount of HP that you've spent. Oh shit. Okay, I have to EQ here. Peel my Lulu. My teammates can't hit. I'm an ulti, forces W. Or he already W'd? Okay, he's dead then. I'm with my Azir. I EQ his target. Make it easier to kill. I get pulled, that's totally fine. I'm watching for the charm. I'll just EQ straight down the line. Yeah, the Karthus is already dead. That's totally fine. Yeah, they're pinging me off. I shouldn't have done that extra EQ. I could just do the Baron. Too late, it's too late, it's too late. No, it's too late. I think we could have ended, yeah. I definitely think we could have ended. Our Nard's too far, and I already EQ'd like a noob. I think we just hit this. Oh, I smited late. Oops. Okay. So when I'm tanking, I'm doing it for a reason, right? Alright, now I'm gonna just build Sundered. Sundered Sky. Or Shojin. Haste, or extra survivability, it's good. We have Dragon in a minute, but we can also just pressure. I'm gonna take blue and then pressure 3 lanes. I'm gonna just say 3 lanes, don't die. Communicating that I want to push them all. We don't need to play for the Dragon. The Dragon doesn't do anything for us. It gets us 6 ability haste, sure, but we have Baron buff for 3 minutes. When you get that 3-minute Baron buff, do something with it. Go take a tower, right? Use the extra strength in your waves to actually pressure people, get some damage on their tower with the cannon minion or otherwise, right? Literally just take one, I guess. Doing a random fight in the jungle, no good. Even if you win that, I don't think that's like what you typically want to do, especially when you don't have your Jarvan there. Now, you're probably going to win that fight anyway because you're ahead, right? If you're the team that takes Baron, typically it's in a situation where you're ahead. I understand this. I mean, barring steals or something like that. This is why like Gibbons are really important, right? Like, but I still think we should just be playing solid. I would just say push all 3 waves, all 3 lanes with your thing, your Baron buff. 0 risk. Basically, the least amount of variance, right? But it's okay. We won the jungle fight. It's solo queue, and then we just go push. So here I am with basically no deaths, but it's not because I'm playing for KDA. I'm still going in. I'm still trying to engage for my team, right? I'm diving in the backline if I have to. I'm tanky. I get my stats from Winter and Eclipse. I forgot to check the numbers, sorry. But you can just assume they're high. Let's say at least 3k each. And let's take a look at self-mitigated damage. You know, it's not like I'm lacking that much damage either. That initial EQ, you know, passive, it's nothing to scoff at, especially if you're playing a squishy carry like a Corki or an Ari. When people aren't base HP, base armor like that, like you still do a lot of damage, you know. So in fact, you would do more damage over time because you live for longer, right? So self-mitigated damage. Yep, this is a massive fucking number, right? We have armor, MR. We have huge shields on like a 5-6 second cooldown. I have EQ every about 6-7 seconds or so it's a big knock up. I'm watching my teammates. If someone jumps in, I'm gonna try to knock up that person, whether it's Jax or anyone that comes in. Really, this is how you want to play Jarvan. You're not this conqueror, Eclipse into Sundered Sky, full AD bruisery, jump and kill someone. You are EQ for a reason, right? Be somewhere for a reason, ulti for a reason, right? Tank for a reason. Don't just like go in and like get hit for free, right? You have to identify those mistakes. Oftentimes people just EQ in and ulti a clump when their team's 2 screens away. They can't follow. It's basically like you don't have a team, right? So these are some things to consider on Jarvan, and I love getting back into a little bit of Jarvan. Love trying to show you guys. I know it says Diamond here, but I think this is like Masters MMR, so it's a pretty low elo, but I'm gonna climb and hopefully get some Challenger commentary soon. All right, thanks for watching.